All right, Nolan King at the World MMA Awards, 16th annual with Ian Heinisch, former UFC fighter. How's it going, man? We haven't really heard much from you since you retired, so how's the life past fighting?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a forced retirement, unfortunately. I had a really bad brain injury. But, you know, I finally feel myself again, which is the most important thing. And, you know, I've started a crypto business. It's been very lucrative, and helping my wife start a business as well. And I love MMA, man. My whole passion is to eventually, I'm buying a ranch next year, and I'm going to open up a treatment center, and it's going to be faith-based, and it's going to have MMA training there. So I always want to be involved in the sport. I want to help guys grow. I mentor people, but unfortunately, you know, injuries happen in MMA, and a brain injury is something you got to be careful with.
And I think you don't hear fighters talk about it a lot, I think, because once you mention it, it seems like it's tough for them to ever have you compete again. So what made you come out and kind of tell people that was what was going on?
Man, I hid it for probably a year and a half. When I was supposed to fight Sam Alvey, I had to pull out of that fight, man, and I couldn't hide it anymore. I couldn't even go to the gym. I didn't feel like myself. I had headaches all the time. I had confusion. One time I was driving in my car and I forgot where I was at, and that was when I was like, okay, my only priority right now is to feel normal again. And luckily, through stem cells and CPI and all these different treatments and just time, not getting hit, I'm now feeling good. I'm still training, not doing anything contact, but I love this sport, man. It chose me, and now it's been taken from me, so it sucks. But my heart is here for the people, and I love this. I love my journey.
How difficult was it to make that call? It must have been. I can't even imagine how hard it must have been. You don't see many fighters do it, so can you talk about how long you thought about it, and what was it? Did it just get so bad that you couldn't take it anymore? Is that essentially what happened?
Yeah, man. I mean, at one point I didn't care if I fought again, I didn't care about anything except to feel normal again. Like it was to that point, and you know, if you're struggling with that, man, I'm telling you, rest your brain. It can heal, but you gotta let it rest. And it was tough, man. It was one of the hardest decisions of my life. I've been training MMA, eating, sleeping, and breathing this sport for the past decade. You know, I changed my life. I was rock bottom in a foreign prison cell, and I got to the top 10, and you know, I felt like I was just close to making a title run, but you know, God has different plans, and I'm blessed in this journey, and you know, God's using me for where I'm at now, and I'm glad they invited me here. I thought it was really cool, and you know, I love some of the fighters and the UFC staff, and you guys are awesome. So it's just part of the journey. Everyone has their own.
You mentioned you have life after fighting. You have a business that's going on. I guess what are the goals now?
The goals, you know, is to get my ranch going and continue with my journey that God has always put on my heart. I knew I was going to do, and you know, I've been making a ton of money. I sold my rental. I put it all in crypto at the bottom. I'm trading actively. I've started a podcast. I've started blowing up on Twitter, and you know, I'm making more money than I ever made in fighting. I'm blessed to have the career and the platform, but now it's business. I'm all in on business.
Well, I'm happy that you're feeling better. Excited to have you here, and thanks for the time, Ian.
Absolutely.
Yeah.